bringing a trophy. I say I'm the best.
Well, Coach, we are in a sweet spot as far as football weather is concerned today in Nashville. Just enough chill in the air for a sweatshirt, light breeze, fall in full swing at Nissan Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let him know, let him know. Hey, switch gears. Three.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Watch the whip.
Grace don't travel. Grace don't travel.
One.
Alpha.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. This will be caught by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Stay with your man. Sponge. One. No.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Switch.
Scene 6.
From just shy of midfield, Mariota. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Mariota. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota got a man. It's Brown. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Mike.
Blue 18.
Check.
Red 18.
No. Off. Blue dark workers.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Motion.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready, set. Recon, 152 fighter. Get.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Man, I got you.
2nd and 14. Caught by his tight end, Wesco. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now back to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Got it. 56. 80 weapon. 56. Hey, come on, now. Come on, now.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Slam. One.
Following the interception here, Mariota. Over the middle here to Brown. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. One. Topper.
Here's Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Here we go, D. Watch tight end. Tight right.
You got 3 down.
One. Exit. Mike 51. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm here all day. Shift. 25. Check 25. On the ball. Snap.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
You got it.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 8. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Seibert's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
First down at the 38-yard line.
Check 24, check 24. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 10, 10.
Off the play fake, Mariota. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Mariota. He's going deep for Brown, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw here. And Stills bringing it in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
This is brought in at the 21. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. He finds Corey Davis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mariota. Man open left side is Brown. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They'll try to run this one in. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Mariota. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. From a yard out, and the Titans are able to extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
36.
Now a handoff looking right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jayon Brown in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Three. 51's the mic. That's the pass. 51's the mic, boy. 51. Let's go.
Mariota now from the 50. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing again. Mariota on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike 51. So don't say nothing.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Line wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
Ready? Blue 18.
Hey, it's something else. Hey, let's go. Come.
One.
Pick the edge. Go.
From the red zone now, Mariota. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's good play. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
One.
I got him. Back to mine. I got him.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
It's third down and 6.
Right here.
Set. Blue 18.
Man, I got you. Hatchet. Check safety.
One.
Throwing is Mariota. Flushed out right. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's 21-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a third and long.
And it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Titan football.
Yeah.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mariota now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Go. Go.
Mariota to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Jordan. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota. He completes it to Henry. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Where are they, team?
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Nashville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
One.
To the air again. Mariota. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Bound to lose one.
5.
Looking to throw. It's complete. Stills. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Elijah Holyfield, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. They were able to stop him at the line on 1st down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination, and they got it done on the 2nd try.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
51 the mic, boys, 51. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Here we go. Mike 51, Mike 51. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Check the out read. Jim.
1.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
1. 3.
Now Mariota. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got him in. Complete. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. And not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll It'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. 2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is fielded inside the 5. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 10-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought two words for this ball game: methodical and predictable. And both of them came together.
So for Tennessee...